It is often considered the epitome of the Metroidvania subgenre and is often credited as one of the games that launched the entire realm of speedrunning. Very strong claims indeed. But looking at it from a modern perspective, how does Super Metroid stand up? I'm Magius and here are my thoughts on that. Overall, it holds up very well. The graphics are really solid. Though not quite up to the standards that modern sprites are able to achieve, they have stood the test of time quite well. Everything is easy to see, and I never felt confused about anything I was looking at. Everything is also quite well balanced, with your skill being very often the factor that determines if you succeed or fail. The designers have also done a wonderful job allowing for players who want to go off the intended path. In my playthrough, I grabbed the wave beam early, then went nearly straight for Crocomire, completely bypassing the backtracking that you're supposed to do at that point. Because I was missing the power bombs at this point, it would have been quite easy for the designers to just make sure I couldn't get a power bomb there, and force me to do the backtracking that they had intended. However, because I could use the ice beam to freeze an enemy and use the wall jump to get the rest of the way up, I could just get the power bombs that were on my way and cut out the bulk of the backtracking that I would need to do. The longevity of the game is also amazing. People are still finding new techniques and faster ways through the game, and some of its secrets run deep indeed. The longevity of the game is also amazing. People are still finding new techniques and faster ways through the game, and some of its secrets run deep indeed. There are very few games that last out even the year they're released, much less the 2 decades that Super Metroid has been around. But that doesn't mean that everything is great in this game. While most of the bosses are quite well balanced, Ridley is a beast of a fight. At least unless you pack up on enough energy tanks to power through the damage that he does to you. The items can also be an issue if you're a completionist. Many of them are devilishly well hidden and can be rather difficult to remember where they are. However, the number of upgrades you actually need to beat the game is really quite low, so as long as you have a modicum of skill, collecting everything isn't nearly as high of a priority as in other games. The space jump, despite being better than it was in Metroid 2, is still somewhat finicky here. While I can definitely get across a room with it now, it still fails out at some of the worst times. And there were a few points in my playthrough where it failed out catastrophically. So, with all that said, how does it stand up? Well, this is the 5th time I've played through the game, start to end, and I'm probably going to play through it again, so that definitely says something. There's definitely room for improvement, but it still stands near the top of the heap. If you get the chance to play this game, definitely take it. It still remains a shining beacon of what this genre is capable of. Next time, we jump back over to the Game Boy Advance and wrap up our look back at the 2D Metroid games with Metroid Fusion. And, until then, Magius out.